All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Jackson NFL. My name is Jackson. I post daily football content. Today, we're making another video about the Kansas City Chiefs. If you guys are a Chiefs fan, go ahead, drop some comments, drop some love down below, and I'll start posting a lot more Chiefs content. But basically, here's the thing. I made a little video yesterday on talking about some of the additions, some of their losses. But here's the biggest thing to me about the Kansas City Chiefs and what they did in this offseason. So, yes, you may have lost a bunch of pieces on the defense. You may have lost a bunch of pieces on the defense. Here's the thing. The Chiefs' defense this past season was mediocre at best. It was extremely inconsistent, and it just was not getting the job done, and it ended up costing them another Super Bowl appearance. So, what did they do specifically that I like on the defense? Well, they went out there and they got a Carlos Dunlap. And what Carlos does for this team, he is in his 30s. It's no longer the, Pro Bowl 12 and a half, 14 sack like he was in Cincinnati 5 years ago. But this past season, he still recorded about 8.5 sacks. He's still going to rush the passer. He's still going to be solid on defense. He's not going to be a 3-down player. That's not what you need him for. So you got an X factor playmaker in Carlos Dunlap. You also went out there and you got Justin Reid. Right? So a big loss for this Chiefs squad was Tyrann Mathieu. Well, Tyrann Mathieu is getting up there in age. Justin Reid is a young buck. He is a great vocal leader, and I have a lot of faith in his football game. I think he's going to fit very well. They also got another cat from the Houston Texans, and his name is Lonnie Johnson Jr. Here was the thing with Lonnie. He's still on his rookie deal. He was pretty fed up with Houston because they actually started to make him play a little bit of safety. He does not like playing safety. He's more of a cornerback, which is what he played in college. Like I said, he's on his rookie deal, so he's getting like $1.3 million this upcoming season. So you have some young guys on your secondary now. Some new additions, some younger players. I'm hopeful, though, because here's my thing. Before we get into that, let's get into the draft real quick, because they went out in the draft and they got players who are going to be able to help start and contribute right away, right from the get-go. Week 1, we already saw it in the preseason, which you guys are kind of seeing a little bit of it right now in this clip. Look at that. Give me that. Give me that damn ball. Right? Attaboy. So, in the first round, they went out there. They got Trent McDuffie. He's a cornerback. In my opinion, the best cornerback from Washington. They also got a defensive end from Purdue in George Karlaftis. These two cats, all preseason, all camp, all offseason, ever since they got drafted, they have been impressing. Now, I'm optimistic. I think, if these guys, if let's say like they didn't even play in the preseason and they were still getting these praise, I'm going to trust the Chiefs. I'm going to trust the Chiefs that they see what they like what they see and that they got their guys. Well, that wasn't it. You went out there early second round, mid-second round, you go out there and you draft Sky Moore, a wide receiver from Western Michigan. So in today's video, we kind of focused a little bit more on their defense because it'll all make more sense at the end of this video. And if you want to learn more about the Chiefs offense, check out my video yesterday. But you lost Tyreek Hill and you gained MVS. You also gained Juju and you also gained Sky Moore and you have Travis Kelce. That is plenty, and what it does is it sets this team up long-term for the future. They are set up for the future a lot more than they would have had they paid Tyreek Hill. So I think not paying Tyreek Hill was one of the best decisions they could have made. I know for Chiefs fans, it's probably really difficult because, he's a beast. He's a top 5 wide receiver in the league. Watching him and Patrick Mahomes do their thing for several years was very fun. It was very entertaining. But Sky Moore out of Western Michigan, the guy's a steal, man. He's an absolute steal. And just like the other two guys, he was impressing in camp and he was impressing in the preseason. So moving on, you drafted Brian Cook, the safety out of Cincinnati. Cincinnati in general doesn't get enough love. This was a team that literally made the college football playoff this past season. And for some reason, every player on Cincinnati, I guess just because it's not a Power 5, they tend to get overlooked. So that's what I see right now with Sky Moore and Brian Cook. They're not Power 5 guys, and they're just being overlooked in the grand scheme of things. The Chiefs aren't overlooking them, but the league is. Moving forward, you got Leo Chenal from Wisconsin. You got Joshua Williams from Fayetteville State. they did a great job in the draft. But really, the main point I'm trying to hammer home here is that while it may seem like the Chiefs have lost a bunch of pieces because like I said, you didn't pay Tyreek Hill. You lost Tyrann Mathieu. Like, you lost some pieces due to free agency trade or what have you. But they also gained a bunch of new players. Whether they were already cemented in the league like MVS or Juju, or their brand new draft picks like their 2 first-round picks. The Chiefs are... Here's the bottom line. Like I said, the defense sucked last year. Just point blank sucked. They needed new faces. All right? They needed new faces. And they got it with Justin Reed. They got it with Lonnie Johnson. They got it in the draft. They got it in free agency. You got it with Carlos Dunlap. You have a lot of new faces, but you also have a perfect blend of young and old. And I think that they have found the secret sauce. So Kansas City, 12-5 this past season. I would imagine they're going to be right up on there in, I know the AFC West is very difficult, but they're going to be right up there. So hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button for daily NFL content, and I will see you guys later. Peace.